Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And it's Friday.
I created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey! You waited this long to stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me.
Let's go. It is Friday. You've almost made it to the weekend. You can smell the weekend. It's so
I can
close.
smell it.
Yeah.
How do you think Friday smells? How do you think that weekend smells? baby?
Brats.
Brats.
Yeah, grilling out.
Some big old wieners. That's
Yeah.
what you smell.
Big
right in
wieners.
the nose.
Big wieners. God, I love brats. I wish I had my Weber grill. I wish I had it here so I could grill out here right now. Brats and people to say, stop by on your way
Don't
to work.
we have a grill in the promo closet?
That's also my Weber grill in the promo closet just sitting
Can we
there.
Case, could you go wheel it in, babe?
I can. It's such a sensitive subject, the grill that's in the building.
Because I got my Weber grill at home because the great people at Weber, I have that grill there, okay? And then
Brian's got multiple grill money.
No.
His body is.
These are the great people of Weber that put this here for us. And it's a charcoal one that's here, so it's not a gas grill.
That's fine.
And when I tried to argue
Open a
about
little window.
Well, I tried to argue about lighting the charcoal grill in the studio, and that didn't go over so well with the engineers.
Oh, they're not here. You have to be here to complain.
Well, I can't turn off these alarms.
what?
like,
What
the-
alarm?
the
Well,
buil-
open
the-
a window. What's that thing? That's a little.
Hey,
We'll squeak that open.
if you can get that window open, I'll bring the
We'll
grill
do
in
it.
here and I'll do it.
Do these open?
They
or
don't
no?
open. We're on the 6th floor of the NBC Tower,
So you can't get a little vent?
and there's a lot of depression out there. I'm sure they made it so the windows don't open.
It does seem like it's a child safety window, or at least a Kenzie safe window.
Hey.
To get it open, you have to throw a rock through it.
I don't think
guess
that'll
there's
work.
not screens now that I'm looking at them.
It's like double pane glass, I think.
see.
It's like bulletproof.
But what's that little crease? It looks like you could open it.
If you want to push on it, go for it.
I'm going to push on it.
We would do the show with the windows open if they opened. It'd be nice.
So here's how we explain what happened. So Kenzie tried to open the window, and it went out, and she fell out. She lived, but why was she doing that? So we could make brats in the studio with our Weber grill.
Honestly, you would get questioned no further. Everyone would be like, that tracks.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Wait, you guys have brats? All right, we're done with this investigation.
Kenzie wanted to eat that bad. That makes sense. No,
All right,
that's
so we're already getting some traction on this. Timmy checked in from Broadview. I will bring some Johnsonville brats down there.
Oh, yeah.
If you
Oh
get
my
your
God,
grill
let's
set
have
up.
a barbecue during the show.
Oh, Timmy.
Like a group hangout.
Timmy,
All right, bring some liquor.
coming in from Broadview. Okay, you got to stop for brats. I need chips too.
Well,
I need-
and we have the Bad Flower Lounge today at noon, which I am hosting.
Ooh.
Fun.
We should have a barbecue during the lounge. Bad Flower's vegan, but I'm sure he won't mind.
I think there are vegan brats.
Yeah, there's vegan wieners.
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're set.
Okay, so Timmy
I
and
can't believe it's not meat.
I'm not sure we're going to stop in Broadview on your way in, Timmy, but we need regular meaty brats. I need cheddar brats,
Yeah.
kettle chips.
Okay, you know what somebody needs to grab, though? Okay, if somebody could, on their way to the barbecue, if they could stop at Costco and get the jalapeno artichoke dip that they have, like the creamy one, that's my favorite. And they sell it in tubs.
Now you've gone too far.
No, that's exactly what we need.
But I mean for me, for my heart. Now
Oh, yeah.
now we can't stop.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going to stop your heart, the things that you eat.
Artichoke's good for you, right?
Artichoke's fantastic. And
The
jalapenos a
dip
vegetable.
probably isn't, but I mean, artichokes themselves are probably good
It's
for
like
you.
artichoke with seasoning. I don't see what the big deal is.
All right, so here's what we need.
Somebody write this down.
Okay.
Not us, a listener. Write this down.
So I need cheddar brats, or you can get the Kirkland brats while you're at Costco. They're delicious. Cheddar brats. We need vegan brats. We need the artichoke dip.
Yeah.
You might as well get those kettle chips, the Kirkland kettle chips,
Those are very good.
and a bag of charcoal because it's a charcoal grill, not a
I
gas
see.
grill.
We need buns.
Need buns.
Gotta get buns.
Gotta get them buns.
And we need cheese. Get that block of Tillamook cheese. Is that how you say that? Tillamook?
It is.
Tillamook?
Tillamook.
I would have said Tillamook. I always call it Tillamook. Why is that funny? It's how it's spelled.
Do you buy it?
No, for brats, I don't put cheese on my brat. This is new to me.
Oh.
Don't look at me
Amateur
like
hour.
that.
Amateur.
Okay. This has to happen now.
Because I really like relish. I really like the sweet,
Really?
the sweet pickle vibe.
That's fine, but you can still add cheese to it.
Okay, so what do you do with that? You melt it down?
Yes,
You
Kenzie.
do a glaze, if you will?
Ooh, yes.
I see.
Got it. Boy, is Friday sounding good right now.
Okay, so give me the list one more time.
Okay.
What do we need? And if you bring this, by the way, if you bring this to the lounge, I'll let you into the lounge.
Don't say that. You can't guarantee that, can you?
Actually, I think I can.
Because I think isn't the lounge
He's
sold
the
out?
host. You can do whatever you want when
I know
you
we have
host
the
these
fire,
things.
just like the thing about the window. We have a fire code on the lounge, I believe.
Oh, whatever.
We do, but here's the thing. One, I'm hosting lounge. Two, Ticketman Dan, who controls the lounge, is out of town today, which means Allison is running the lounge, and Allison will do what I say.
Wow.
It's true.
Yikes.
She's going to be really upset that you said that.
I know. Well, she's upset that I say a lot of things on the show.
I know, that's true. But
Yes.
she's very... The funny thing is when Allison's upset, she's just kind of like a mumbler. Like, that wasn't very
Also-
nice of you. I didn't really appreciate that. It's like, okay.
Also, if you grill out brats for her, I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me the list one more time.
We need brats. We need
Yeah.
vegan brats. We need kettle chips. We need artichoke dip. We need the
Buns.
Buns. We need cheese. The Tillamook at the block. I'll
Yeah.
cut
Can I
it.
have relish?
And relish.
And we need drinks, too.
Get the high noons. I like the package there. It's a good price for the high noons there.
They
It's
have
like
high noons.
yeah, they have Costco liquor section's amazing.
Oh, that's true.
We probably need Dr. Pepper.
They have Dr. Pepper. Sure, get some of
I know
that.
'cause it's got all the flavors in it. I need something that has a little pop to it when I eat a brat.
Okay, let's be honest. This isn't going to happen.
It's a
Why?
shame. It should happen. Brian, we're sending somebody to Detroit tonight. They can bring a barbecue to the lounge.
Now, is this a day game or a night game? Because yesterday really jacked me up.
It's a night game that I bought tickets for again. I don't want to talk about it because I slept in my car last night because I can't have Megan's not
Megan
happy.
has to be upset about this.
Upset is a different kind of word.
Okay.
I slept in my Rogue last night. Okay, we have a lot going on, okay? But I think maybe even to properly give people enough warning, I want to have this grill out for real, but I want to like do it someplace everybody can meet us. And I'll grill all this stuff in a parking lot
Are you going to
somewhere.
fly to Detroit with your
No,
grill?
no. This grill is
You're like,
unreal.
well, it's my carry-on. I don't see what the big deal
No,
is.
unrelated to the White Sox game, the
Okay.
grill out. Let's focus here. Let's get things
I don't know
separated.
where we are anymore.
Because I got two taken away with brats and the smell of brats for the weekend. Here's what we'll do. In 6 minutes, let's just get going here, right? We'll give you the keyword for the When We Were Young festival, so a chance to get to go see My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy in Vegas. Let's focus on that first. Let's get it together here. 6 minutes away. We'll have that keyword for you, okay? And then each hour we'll have something for you special. Obviously, at 8 o'clock, the lounge with Tyler Joseph from 21 Pilots. Your chance to get in at 8. But think about My Chem and Fall Out Boy in the next 6 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Time for a fact that makes your brain just go with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So this bad thing, this really bad thing has happened to 19,000 people, and all of them have survived. Now, I can't give too many hints on it, but I would guess that of the 19,000 people where this really bad thing has happened, my guess is like 3,000 of them would have died. Easily 3,000. I would take the bet at plus 3,000 if it were betting on this
So
thing.
okay, if I'm trying to understand this
Yeah,
correctly.
something bad happened to 19,000 people.
Something bad happened to 19,000 people, and that's it. Like that, or it's happened previously and people have died. But in this specific scenario?
No, just 19,000 total. It's only happened to them, this bad thing.
Huh.
That's the number.
And none of them have died.
And none of them, not one. And I would have guessed if you told me this fact, I'd say, 3,000 or 4,000 probably died doing this. So what do you think it is?
Well, I was going to say the boar's head listeria thing. But,
Wow.
people
Is that
died.
terrifying or what?
I know. What a time to be pregnant. I'm so sorry for all the preggers. I'm not. Don't
Well,
worry.
a lot of pregnant people avoid meats.
I know.
So a
lot
good
of
time to be
people-
pregnant.
No, because a lot of people avoid it. But, you know, you cave every once in a while. You're like, I'll take a little Jimmy John's. And it would just be terrifying. If
Yeah.
you, like, I know a lot of people who still chose to eat lunch meat, and no judgment here, because there's a laundry list of things you can and can't do, and you have cravings, and, like, just deal with it. And half the countries do that anyways.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. So there's no judgment there.
Look, my mom said she drank Jack and Coke with all 4 pregnancies, and we're all fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I wasn't going to say anything.
No, but they did. Like, they'd say, like, obviously people, like, in Europe drink tons of wine while they're pregnant.
Sure.
And it's fine. Like, everyone's got a little different opinion. My friend ate sushi the whole time because she's like, well, what do you think? Her doctor said, what do you think people in Japan are doing? And she's like, good. Now she has the smartest daughter ever. I should have eaten a little more sushi, apparently. But anyway, so I'm not judging that. But a lot of people decide, like, oh, lunch meat, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And this is terrifying.
so you think it's eating lunch meat?
But people have died.
Well, in case you don't know that story, Boar's Head, 10 people have died from this factory in a plant that makes the meat in Virginia because it was contaminated, and they got listeria, and 10 people that are, susceptible to something bad with that, they died, and it's really
not
sad.
good.
So I don't know if you can eat Boar's Head again or not because it's really good, their meat.
Usually, not right now, it's not.
I'd
but
wait.
It's been really good. It's probably on sale at
Yeah.
the grocery store. So it's up to you.
I think it's been pulled from most shelves, hopefully.
I think I'm gonna get it soon because of the sale, and then I'll just give my husband a sandwich first to see how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, I made you a sandwich.
And then from there, me and my son can have it. We'll just kind of see what happens. over
Okay,
the
so
first 5.
19,000 people. Do you want to guess that? Do you think it's lunch meat?
I think it's like lunch. I think it has to be some type of food thing.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of people.
I will not tell you if you're right or wrong. So 19,000 people, something bad has happened to them that I would have thought 3,000 people at least died of this, but all of them have lived. Case, what do you think?
Okay, let me explain. Is it schoolhouse fires? Because there's a stat out there about how much time schools dedicate to fire drills, but I think it's been almost a century since anyone has died in a fire at a school.
Okay.
Do you call it a schoolhouse?
I mean-
Time traveler?
Maybe that was a little odd.
Good Lord, that's interesting. Like your little schoolhouse.
I guess they are more complexes now.
Yeah.
Where? How small was the town in Indiana where you're from?
Pretty small.
Okay.
10 people in a schoolhouse. All right. So when we come back here in 5 minutes, tell you what it is. You can guess on the text line at 312-591-8300. 19,000 people. Something bad happened to this exact amount of people. And I would have thought 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 of them have died. None of them have died. And we'll give you that answer and the fact that makes your brain go in 5 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101. The
Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain just go. Now, I just found this one interesting this morning. 19,000 people have had this bad thing happen to them, and all of them have lived. Now, I would have thought, when I heard what this is, what the bad thing is, that 3,000, 4,000, maybe even 5,000 of the 19,000, something bad happened to them, even death. And Kenzie guessed eating lunch meat with that current trend on Boar's Head of the horrible situation with listeria outbreak in that factory. Case thinks, what's schoolhouse fires?
Because I think it's been decades at this point since somebody has actually passed away in a school fire.
Yeah, great guesses, both of you, but not even close. So the thing that 19,000 people went through that was bad and they all lived was seeing something bad and being put in witness protection. And all of them have lived when put into witness protection. Now, Case hasn't seen Goodfellas. You seen The Godfather either?
No, I've never seen The Godfather.
Okay. The only mob
On the
movie.
list.
Yeah, the only mob we know we've seen The Bronx Tale because he mentioned that this week. But, you know, when you go into witness protection, it seems like it's somebody organized crime mob and someone who seriously wants to kill you. That's why you're put into witness protection. They usually take you to Phoenix or something, change your name, and you have to change a job, and you can't talk to your mom ever again because if you've seen something really bad and they want to kill you. I can't believe our government has put you in witness protection, and it worked. Like, everybody has lived. There's not one case of somebody dying when being put in the witness protection.
Okay, can I bring something up right now, though? And this will be interesting because if there's any officers listening who are higher up, I've talked about it before. I have a friend who's like higher up, and he's done really, really big like drug busts and things like that.
Yeah.
And he had a female witness who did something stupid, but she wasn't like a super guilty person. And hands down, when she testified, they are gonna know it was her who spoke. She
Correct.
handed all of it. And he was telling me the story, and I really can't be more specific than that. Like
That's
a girl,
fine. I don't want to know anymore.
He's like, no, what was her name? So, anyways, like he was even like, you should move. He told her you should move, and your family should move. And I go, well, she wasn't put in witness protection. He goes, they don't do that. And I go, what? And he goes, you honestly think the government is going to pay for your name change and your new life and he goes, they don't do that. That's a movie thing. And I go, you're lying. Like, I go, where did it come from? And he's like, that's just because somebody like gives you information about a big person. He goes, that's usually because they're also in trouble because they did something stupid. That's your congratulations. You're not in trouble anymore. Good luck with your life. I go, what?
Well, this is a real.
I want to know though, because like maybe it's even higher. Maybe it's only in this. Like maybe if you are an elected official, you can get it or something like that.
Well,
I'm
so
curious.
I know for a fact that the mob people get put in witness protection because
your name was Lightning Rod Lewis before?
I've changed my name 7 times.
You're like, it exists.
Because especially, which again, I can't get into it because Case hasn't seen the movie, the Goodfellas case. It's legendary for what happened to the lead character in that movie. Again, I don't want to give too much away because I want Case to have a blank slate with Goodfellas. I'm playing the music from Goodfellas when things happen. So I just think I think it's astounding that they can do that and move you in a situation. And no one has found anybody when they've done that kind of situation when it's that serious of a crime. I just think that's amazing because somehow someone's going to say, I saw him at 7-Eleven, you know? Like in that second episode of Tony Soprano, he finds the guy.
Yeah, the college episode, season 1, episode 5.
Which is voted one of the best TV episodes of all time.
Yes, by Rolling Stone, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my issue with the fact, Brian, and try to persuade me on this. You're telling me that the U.S. government is telling you nobody has died after being put in witness protection, and you're willing to believe the U.S. government?
Listen, I normally don't believe the U.S. government.
Famously.
And this isn't a stat from necessarily the government. Well, I guess it has to be because they have to say they're alive. It doesn't exactly tell me, but not a single one of them.
It's not a stat from BuzzFeed.
No, it's not. This isn't from, Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, the Sports Illustrated Extra Mustard column didn't do research on this.
What if they die and then they just change their identity back and they're like, weren't in witness protection?
I didn't think of that either.
They could just be like, no, she's back to Hannah. We were protecting her.
Yeah, I'm starting to think Kenzie's friend is right. Witness protection might be like a Mandela effect type thing that we all just made up in our heads.
Yeah, because they're like, nobody on Law and Order has died. You're right.
Well, listen, I obviously believe your friend that's high up in law enforcement and stuff like that.
Because I was shocked. I was like, there's no way. Like, I disagreed with him, but he was like, well, there's not. And I'm like,
I just know, this was so documented, the case, especially Goodfellas, and Donnie Brasco is another one. If you've seen, Case hasn't seen that movie either with Johnny Depp. It was so documented what these guys went through because they've talked about it since after coming out of witness protection. They did it themselves, and there's books and they've had speaking tours about what happened to them, and they're still alive. Those 2 cases, they're alive. Well, one of them's dead because he died of something else.
I'd be pissed if I was the government and I paid for all this witness protection, then you just write a book on it.
Well,
what a waste of my money.
Because what happened?
I gave you a good identity.
Well, in Donnie Brasco's case, he said, you know what? Whatever. These guys are a bunch of punks. Come at me. He was ridiculous. And he said, I'm going to be here. Come get me here. And no one did. And he's responsible for like 370 mobsters to go away to jail. So that guy's built different. Completely. Well, there you go. Believe it or not, a fact that makes your brain go. 19,000 people put in the witness protection, and all of them lived.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now we're going to do a double pour one out today. It's good and evil, I guess. And so here we go. Let's start with the good. We'll pour one out for Hoda from the Today Show. She announced yesterday, after 17 years, she just turned 60, and after 17 years on the Today Show, she's going to retire to spend more time with her family. She has 2 adopted daughters, and she wants to take them to school, and she wants to spend more time with them. And obviously, after that long on Today Show, she probably got that Today Show money. She can retire nicely at 60 and go have a great life with her kids. And I got to say, first off, I love Hoda. I don't always see her that often because we're kind of on the air when she's on. Isn't she on like the 9 o'clock hour or something like
Yeah,
that?
direct
Good morning,
competition. Yeah.
America.
Right, but she does the after show with Jenna Bush, and that's like at 9
Is
or...
she on Good Morning America, or am I making that up?
No, she's on Today's Show, Hoda.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Today's Show.
same vibe.
But same time, you're right there. But I think then there's a separate show afterward that she's on. And,
I'm admittedly unfamiliar with the NBC morning programming.
well, I just know...
forget, we're in NBC Tower. We're gonna get like shut down.
Oh, God. I hear
Sorry.
I hear someone downstairs like running upstairs right now to come on the show and say, here's our time slot. 6 to 7, it's this. 8, we have this coming up. They tease the whole show. No, I know when I've had a day off and I see Hoda on the TV at some point, like at 9 o'clock or something like that.
She's on the Today Show. I just looked at it. It's
Yeah.
confirmed.
But you can be on TV for 17 years and not have anybody say one bad thing about you or no scandals. You've got to be a good person. She seems like a nice lady. I like her.
It's 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. ET, though.
That's a Today Show, but she has a separate thing, I think, afterward with Jenna Bush where they talk and they, chop things up. You know?
Yeah, they get into it. They get really heavy on that show.
Is that the one with the wine?
They've drank on the show before.
Woohoo!
I think
Yeah.
that's every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be on that one. I'm gonna audition. Now that she's leaving.
She's like a nice lady. And
There's wine here, right? No, I'm in the waiting room for this audition.
if nothing comes out about you in a scandal after that long of being on TV or radio every day of your life, then you know what? It's got to be good because somebody finds out everything. Ellen put it off for a long time. And eventually caught up with her.
eventually caught up to Ellen. You're exactly right.
Right.
To peel back the curtain, Brian goes earlier this morning. Should we pour one out for Hoda? I go, well, I don't really know what to talk about. And Brian pauses and then goes, well, she seems nice. That's got to be worth something.
Yeah.
She adopted 2 daughters.
Yep.
And they seem great. She seems like a really good mom.
Yeah.
Got a good life going on.
It just seems like a nice lady. There's no scandal. You can go through the Google. You won't find anything on her. She's a nice lady.
Let me type in Hoda scandal and see what pops up.
That'd be if something
Give us the number 1 result.
if something comes up that she was at like Diddy's freak show parties or freak offs, I'm gonna really be disappointed.
Oh my! That's why she's leaving. I gotta get out of here.
No, please. Kenzie, let me know what comes up because I don't want anyone. Diddy can't be tied into Hoda.
Honestly, I typed in Hoda scandal,
Oh,
and
no.
the only thing coming up, I was like, here we go. It said the untold story behind Hoda, and I'm like, here we go. Shock decision. Here we go to quit the Today Show. I'm like,
That's the scandal?
that's it.
That's all they can find.
That was clickbait.
All the clickers. All the people out there trying to get that clickbait. They can't find nothing on
And
her.
then I thought this said announces who she's sleeping, and I'm like, what? But it says stepping. I just read it really fast. She's stepping down. I'm like, oh snap.
All right, so Hoda, good, as far as we know.
I guess. Here's a video of her feeding kids in need.
Yeah.
What a bitch. No scandal.
Nice lady. Nice lady. Good for
Doing
you, Hoda.
good. Way to go,
Now,
hosters.
on the bad side of pouring one out, we pour one out for New York Mayor Eric Adams, who's now being charged with bribery and fraud. And he was a great story to start, like that everyman guy that worked his way up the ladder. I think he was a cop and worked his way up and then became mayor of New York City. And now, of course, turns out a lot of stuff going on with him in bribery and fraud. You know, kind of like a Chicago governor, or an Illinois governor, I mean. But we want to recap with saying goodbye to Eric Adams with some of the weirdest things he's ever said as mayor of New York. We've played some of these before, but he's just a weird guy. And here's some audio from Eric Adams.
Everyone knows that New York City is the Athens of America, is the Istanbul of America, is the Kyiv of America, is the soul of America. We are the Tel Aviv of America. New York City is the Islamabad of America, the Zagreb of America. We are the Lima of America. New York City is Mexico City of America. This is the Dublin of America, New York City.
That's obviously multiple speeches.
Okay. I honestly don't know. I don't know a lot about Tel Aviv and stuff. I've heard of it. Are those just the biggest cities wherever they are? So that's what he's doing?
Pretty much in every speech, he somehow worked that in to saying, but he couldn't even get out that we're the Mexico City of
So
New
is he
York.
just picking the biggest city in every place?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, is Dublin's probably the biggest in Germany?
Dublin's in Ireland.
Ireland, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other ones he
Yeah, they're all
listed.
the biggest cities,
Lima's the
basically.
biggest in Peru, I suppose.
It's just a weird thing to say.
Which is already kind of small as a whole.
It's just very weird. to go on that path. But
It's an interesting way to do it.
But even weirder was this audio that we played once before and kind of went viral. So here's your audio of the day from New York Mayor Eric Adams, who's on his way out.
Mr. Mayor, we've come to the end of what was a very eventful 2023, right? So when you look at the totality of the year, if you had to describe it, and it's tough to do, in one word, what would that word be, and tell me why?
New York. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe.
What the hell? What the hell?
What a weird answer.
He said New York's great because you can experience one day planes going in the buildings or opening a new subway.
One day, a mass terrorism attack that shakes the nation. And then the next day, a new pizza place.
New York City, very complicated legacy. A lot like O.J. Simpson.
What's going on there?
What a weirdo. What a weird thing to say.
It's not, not everyone has good prepared speeches.
A mayor should, especially of New York City.
Try to be fair.
Especially of New York City. So we poured one out for the good, Hoda, and the bad, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York. Goodbye. Here we go. Actually, we should do this.
Goodbye.
And now it's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is Morning Show Hosts Day. To honor the occasion, our station manager just sprung for a new soundboard that does the most inappropriate sounds ever. Thanks, boss man. Hoda Kotb is retiring from the Today Show after 17 years. Al Roker says at her goodbye party, there's a 100% chance he'll eat cake. Coca-Cola will stop selling its spiced flavor. Big deal. I'm still upset they stopped adding cocaine. Google it! And Disney Plus cracked down on shared passwords. Unauthorized users will now get a blank screen. Or even worse, that latest Star Wars show. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.